Hello and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do a bit of a sandbox sort of series as well, just to kind of show you guys what this game is capable of. So I thought I'd start it by we haven't really had a look at the space plane side of things yet, really. So I thought I'd start on space planes. This is one that I just put together. As you can see, I'm using some strange looking parts, namely the wings, this middle tank here, and these engines. It's actually part of the B9 aerospace pack. It's a pretty cool little sort of models pack, really. You get all sorts of extra little bits from it. Also these intakes down here as well. But yeah, I put this together, and it's sort of a combination of a plane that not only looks really good, but it flies absolutely fantastically as well. Okay, so I'll just explain how this thing works. So basically how it works is you press, you can do key bindings, what are known as key bindings within this game. And what that does is you can bind an action of one particular component of this, so in this instance it's going to be the engines, to one of the number keys. So obviously 1 straight through to 0. What that does, it can toggle an engine basically when you press that button. What that means is it's handy for doing things where you don't necessarily want the stage to actually carry out what it's doing, you know. Because in this instance, if we stage straight away, we would have the struts here that holding this holding the wheels on. We would have those detached, and we don't want that obviously because the wheels are quite important. So yeah, the way this works, it's pretty much like aeronautics, really. However, the only difference is there's no sort of sense of air or air pressure within the Kerbal universe or within an atmosphere. So what you have to do is you've got to be a bit more creative, and you've got to think, right, okay, if there's not enough pressure, we will simply put a tilt on the whole aircraft, and that will in essence bring the aircraft to lift naturally. So there's a few ways of building sort of aircraft. I won't get into them just yet, but I just wanted to show you the capabilities of this thing. So anyway, yeah, we'll start the engines then, and we will spool up, put the stability control on again, and turn the brakes off. So yeah, instantly 80 odd meters per second, and this thing is just crazy. Yeah, this is actually one of my better planes that I've actually made. A lot of them tend to squirrel, and the weight sort of change is just ridiculous. You know, the actual shifting gravity is ridiculous when when you're trying to change direction or whatever. But this one is actually very, very stable. I think it's just due to these B9 aerospace parts. They're all classed as one entity basically, but they have moving parts with them. So an interesting thing I actually read about the other day, just in terms of sort of piloting and this aeronautics, that kind of thing. Where the popular meme of do a barrel roll came from obviously some star facts back in the day on the N64. What most people perceive as a barrel roll is not actually a barrel roll. People perceive a barrel roll to being something similar to this. Okay. That is not actually a barrel roll, that's what's known as an aileron roll. What a barrel roll actually is, let me see if I can reproduce this. So you would tilt to one direction like that, and then you would something like that it's basically a spiral, as though you were actually travelling around the outside of a barrel, which is where the name actually came from. So yeah, Star Fox was wrong, and I actually watched this on Vsauce. Great channel, by the way, Vsauce. It's full of just brilliant little facts and cool stuff. And obviously that stuff that do online now, guys, is just brilliant, because you're online when you're watching it, so you can just go and have a look at, yeah, whatever you're promoting. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to show you the capabilities of this thing. It's phenomenal. The manoeuvrability is just crazy. Oh, we're going to a bit of a flat spin, but it doesn't really matter. Brilliant, we've just literally done a 90-degree bank. Wonderful, yes, that just says it all. Want to show you guys how well this thing manoeuvres, and then I thought I've just screwed it all up, and yeah, it was just going to go into a flat spin, but no, it decides to right itself, and yeah, just turn on a sixpence, really, at 90 degrees. Brilliant. So yeah, it is a fantastic little thing. It isn't single stage to orbit capable yet. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I found these engines, and they're fantastic just for jet engines. If I can use these in a single line configuration somehow. No, it won't actually work. The problem is when you're doing single stage to orbit SSTO vehicles, that is vehicles that only use the actual craft itself to get into orbit, rather than a rocket which uses many stages, because you get rid of some of the mass when you're actually travelling up to orbit. So yeah, an SSTO is basically it doesn't discard any parts. So this would be classed as an SSTO, except for the fact it's got air-breathing engines in it. Now, obviously with a rocket you don't need an engine that can breathe air. Well, you do technically, but what you would do is take the air up there with you in the form of liquid oxygen. This, however, it produces a problem in that as your craft gets higher and higher in altitude, you are losing efficiency. So you've got to balance the two. You've got to get a balance between the two of fuel efficiency and the actual weight of the craft. So what you need is engines that... You need an engine that will breathe air as it's being forced into the engine. And you also need engines that take up the oxygen with them to actually get into orbit. When they're out of the atmosphere, they're out of air, basically. So it provides a bit of a problem, because in order to get as much height and as much efficiency from an air-breathing engine, you need to be burning that as long as possible to make sure you make use of all of the oxygen that is in the air. But if you get to a point where there is not enough oxygen in the air and you have an air-breathing engine on each wing like I have here, what will happen is one engine will run out, and because there is then literally half as much thrust on this wing as there is on this wing will push more and it will cause you to spin. So the only way to do that would be to put just one air-breathing engine on the middle of the craft. Let me explain that. If that engine runs out of oxygen and there's no air there for it to breathe, there's not going to be an forced thrust, trying to twist it round or anything. It's literally that engine. At that stage you would then be safe enough to activate obviously the rocket boosters in order to get into orbit, basically. anyway, yeah, I'm going to just come down for a landing. So I'm going to be developing this craft. It is very, like I said, it's very, very manoeuvrable. It's just crazy. This ship be cray. Again, another pretty much 90-degree turn. Right, okay, so we're coming in for a landing. I just want to show you how good this thing is. Right, so we're landing. You just need to scrub off some speed. We want to take it to about just under half full thrust. And at this point we want to be watching the landing strip, which is up here. You can just see the line there. So what we want to do is literally point slightly down, just so we're losing some altitude. About there is fine, about 5 degrees down, and we just want to line ourselves up really. Line yourself up, like, just line yourself up. What you'll actually see is, because obviously the craft doesn't move in relation to the camera, you'll see that line just start to straighten up a little bit. Straighten up. Start to straighten up a little bit. And what you've got to do is line your craft up so that it's straight on the camera, and then when that runway is dead straight, then turn. You can just start to turn now, just starting to just curling in, not curling out, or not curling one out, just curling in. Can't you tell I've just got a bit more comfortable with talking on there? Yeah, well, not on camera, but on a recording, yes. Okay, so this is it, come on! Let's get the landing gear out, although it's quite a distance away, but never mind. We can never be too safe. Okay, so we're doing about 150 meters per second, which is not too bad really. Actually, I just want to slow down maybe a little bit. Just slow our approach down. Straighten up a little bit. Skimming these pretend hills, yes. Oh, we're way out. Okay, that should be sufficient. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Get into the chopper. Oh. Right, okay. Nose up, nose down slightly. Yes, kill all thrust. Brakes. So, there you go. Just a little bit of bricking myself in between, but never mind, we finally made it. So yeah, that was a bit of a short video, but I just wanted to do a quick one just on space planes, because I know I haven't really touched on space planes much in the last couple of videos. I said it was there, I said you could do it. Oh look, something anyway, yeah, so that was it. Yeah, hope you like video. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please be sure to hit like and subscribe to see more in the edition that are ever expanding. So yeah, I'm Scott. Yeah, please share my channel if you can, and hopefully, yes, well, no, not hopefully, but yes, we will be doing more of these. I'm starting to enjoy these now, and not that I wasn't before, but yeah, now it's getting a bit more natural. But there we go. So yeah, I've been Scott. Hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you soon. Bye.